That can go on silent. Hello. Let me just put this on silent, otherwise I'll keep pinging. It's just notified me that I'm live. I know. Come and say hi. Ooh. Might use that. Or yeah, I'll whack this on. Hi Kathy, hi Stephen. How are you? Yeah, we'll use that. Get loads done on that. That can stay up. Terry the tree is in the background. I made sure to put the lights on. I'm pretty sure it's 180 for this, yeah. See, I'm actually following the first instruction, which is preheat the oven to 180. Okie doke. So I don't need them anymore. I'll leave them there. Oh, I made a cake earlier today. I made a decadent chocolate cake, so that's been cooling down over here. Hi, Sue. Yeah, this is our Christmas tree for this year because it is dog-proof. Because I don't think Coco would do well with a real tree. His name's Terry, and he's got two knitted, or apparently they're crocheted, avocados hanging on there. Because we wanted to get the box of baubles down for that. So, yeah. Okay, so last couple of things. I need cheese. Ooh, what cheese do I use? Cheese Gouda. So today I am making the cheesy seed crackers. I'm really looking forward to these. I think I'll be making them for Christmas because we like to have a bit of a cheese board and we're playing board games in the evening. So these go really nicely. They are more popular than the original seed crackers recipe, which is in the WTF book. And I think it's because first of all, they've got cheese in them and everything's better with cheese. Second of all, they're much crispier. And I think that's to do with having the egg and the cheese in there, kind of helping to bind them together so you can get them out thinner. So I'm going to be using, I've got kind of a seed mix. We do have boxes of just normal, so we've got a box of sunflower and a box of pumpkin seeds in the cupboard, but I quite like these mixes because obviously you've got different colours in there, different sizes. So this one's from Aldi, 35% pumpkin seeds, 35% sunflower, 15% golden linseed and 15% hemp. All of them are whole, they're not ground seeds, and for this you want whole seeds. I suppose you can mill them down if you want, but the mix might be a bit stiffer. I've never done it myself because I prefer to have the seeds just whole because it gives it a bit of crunch. Sorry, let me just fill the dog bowl up because Coco's now looking really sad. Just got back from a walk. There you go. Bowl number 2. Okay. Also, if Dad and Louie get back in time and Dad brings home some Marmite, I might make a second batch with Marmite. But currently, there's no Marmite in the house, so I can't do that. So, I'll start off with making one batch. So 140 grams of mixed seeds. Nice. Cool. 140. There we go. Hi Sandra, hi Catherine, how are you all doing? Yeah, this pack is 250, so it gets just short of 2 batches out of it. So there we go. You can see the different colours in there. They go quite nicely and they make quite a nice looking cracker. Next up, okay, so we're adding all the ingredients and then allowing it to rest for a bit. That's fine. Next up is Psyllium Husk. For this kind of thing, we always talk about the different types of psyllium. For this kind of recipe, whatever Psyllium Husk you have will probably work. This one's from the website, from our website, and spoil a bit. Let me get some of this in a bowl. I came out really quickly. I want to show you the texture of it. There we go. Sorry. Right. I think Dad and Louie have just got back, which means the dogs have gone nuts. Shush! Shush! Okay. Everything's going to be fine. Right, I need to try and get... Oh, hang on. Just dump that to one side so we don't have psyllium husk all over the tray. Right, 5 grams gone in there. I'm sorry, you couldn't really see that. But it's essentially... Let me see if I can come around. 1 second. Can you see that? No, I can't get it. It's not focusing. Oh, no, there we go. Can you see how it's kind of grainy? That's the psyllium husk that we have. And it's the one we normally use for recipes. But if you have the powdered version, it will work in this because there's not enough of it to turn your food purple. So, yeah, you'll be fine with either. But obviously it just helps if you have the blonde husks, because then you can use it in all the other recipes as well.
Hello.
Hello. Well, babe. So, 30 grams of grated cheddar. You need a strong cheese. So, mozzarella, not really ideal.
What are you making?
Cheesy seed crackers.
Okay.
You know I say this to you 3 times a week, like what I'm making, and then every single time.
Can you send me an
What are you
email?
making? Are you live today? Oh, I didn't know you were live today.
Can you send me an email?
We're using Gouda today. I've just opened a fresh pack, so I'll just get the handheld grater. This little thing's from IKEA. So it's like a little winder thing. It comes in handy when you're grating small amounts of cheese like this. So I need 30 grams. I'll take the skin off once I've cut it out. Almost. It was that or Parmesan, but anything else you could use instead of psyllium husk? It's a tricky one because there are not a lot of things that bind in the way that psyllium does. If you look at the other seed cracker recipe in the library, that one doesn't require psyllium, so you could get away with using that one, and you could probably add some cheese in. But that recipe doesn't also have egg. Some people have found it's a little bit more fragile, and that's the reason why this recipe does have psyllium in, because it improves it. So what I would do is I'd go back to the original cracker recipe in the library, or if you have the WTF cookbook, it's the one in there. Yeah, I think it's probably best to stick with that recipe rather than try and adapt this one. You could probably try chia seeds otherwise, but in a higher quantity. Like when we're making mega, it's 10 grams of psyllium or 40 grams of chia seeds. So that's the kind of conversion you're looking at. Hi Steph. Ingredients at the moment, I've got 140 grams of mixed seeds, 5 grams of psyllium husk, and I'm just grating in 30 grams of Gouda. I think it's Gouda. Yeah, extra mature Gouda. Just whatever strong cheese you have. I've never actually done it with Gouda. I usually use cheddar. So this will be interesting. But it's just something strong. Give it a nice taste. Karen, this is in OMG. So that's what I've got at the moment. in front of me. This is the OMG cookbook. If you don't have the cookbook, don't worry. I've linked the recipe in the description of the video, so you can find it on there. Oh, okay. So whilst we're all on, I'm in the process of adapting our website. So you won't see any changes until I click live on the new one. But if you've used our website regularly, what sort of feedback? Ooh, nice. What sort of feedback would you give? What do you like? What would you want to be improved in terms of like making it more user friendly? Why is this stuck? There we go.
Your favourite?
Yay! Bread smells good. What happened to that one?
Oh, I'll explain afterwards. They're all experiments.
Right. Okay. So I've got a couple of lumps of Gouda. I'm just going to break up a little bit more, but obviously it's going to melt in anyway. Okay, here we go. So cheese is in. Let's get a spoon. And last thing, other than like seasonings, is an egg. Yeah, there's no water in this. So yeah, I would appreciate any feedback you have in terms of the website. What would you like to see? How would you like me to make it easier to navigate? All right, so obviously when you add the egg in, it starts to clump together. And this is where the recipe just says, leave to rest for 5 to 10 minutes. It will begin to thicken as the psyllium husk absorbs moisture, and that's what the psyllium husk does. It takes a little while to work, but it starts to thicken the mix up, and obviously makes it easier to deal with. Is the OMG book new? Don't think I've got that one. It is, and well, it's the newest one, but it isn't new, as in it's been out since August. We launched it at Festival. But yeah, I'll put it on. Geeky plug. Just while we're waiting, if you want to have a look at the cookbook, so there's a link. I need to add some grease through to this, because this is a non-stick tray, but you know, to be safe, add some grease through. What's in that?
Marmite.
Okay, so I can do a batch of Marmite. How long do they last for? I'll be honest, Catherine, they've never got to the point of being off. But in the fridge, I mean, what does it say? Store in an airtight jar in a cool cupboard for up to 1 week. Keep any moisture out of the container. That's basically to stop them going soft. Can I put some chili seeds in as I like hot? Absolutely. And do you know what? I'll put some chili flakes in this one. Where have they gone? There they are. And the last thing to go into this is just some salt and pepper. Obviously with the Marmite ones, you won't need to add as much salt.
I popped the liddles.
You pop the liddles.
And I picked up some cream.
Yeah, and chocolate.
Well, and chocolate, yeah.
Essential.
But they didn't have the normal, so I've got the extra thing.
That'll go well with the cakes.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Now, I quite like a lot of pepper in these, because it really works. But obviously, adjust the flavourings to your taste. Okay, so after just letting it sit, it's got a lot thicker. And now I'm going to just press it into the tray. As thin as I can get it. I might get both batches on here. I'll see. I'll try and keep it to 1/2 because then you can put the Marmite ones on the other half. But if I need extra room, then I'll use it. The good thing with these is because of the egg and the psyllium, they can be thicker than the other seed crackers and still be quite crispy. So I'm just using obviously the flat of my spoon and pressing this down. So a good day at the bakery?
Yeah. Very, very productive.
Going to try and push this over to the sides. Now, I think it says, score the crackers before baking. This will help separate them once baked. You're not going to get them completely divided. You're just going to create suggestions of lines that then make it easier to cut once they're baked. Be nice with dried rosemary. Yep. Trying to get it into the corners. Yeah, so I'll get both batches of crackers on here. I said these would be good for our Christmas cheese board.
Mm-hmm. I like the idea of doing like chili flake ones.
Yeah, well, I've put some chili flakes in these ones.
Right.
And then the other ones will be just Marmite. Sorry, I'm trying to make these neat. What happened to that? It looks like a muffin
I
top.
was just taking different water volumes. That's all it is.
Right, okay.
This was the very top of the range. Very top.
Okay, there we go. So that'll just stay as it is whilst I make the second batch. So I'm just going to repeat. Tastes good. So 140 grams of mixed seeds. So it's going to be all of this plus a little bit more. Just got, I've got another bag of those mixed seeds, but I can't be bothered to go and get it. So I've got some just whole sunflower seeds here as well.
Come on, here we go. Off you go.
There we go. One thing I would say is just be aware that some seeds are higher in carbs than others. So it's why using a mixed seed mix is quite good. Sunflower are on the high end. So this one says 11.4 per 100. I've seen it as high as 16 or 18. So it's just something to be aware of.
Funny, because the ones that I've seen from the wholesalers for the calendar, they're all around 11, 11%.
Yeah, but online,
so I'm not sure
on
why
like Tesco and
there's
things.
such a difference than in supermarket ones.
I don't know, but it's why you'd need to get things like the breads that use quite a lot of it tested, because you don't know who's telling the truth. Okay, so seeds and psyllium are in. Forgot I needed the grater. $30 grams of more cheese. More Gouda. Sorry, I'm using your posh Gouda. But we don't have any cheddar. No. And mozzarella don't really work in these. Perfect. So should we show them this bottle that you just bought home?
The what, sorry?
That.
You can do if you want. Yeah, there's our bottle to try it.
Okay, so I'm just going to grate in the cheese. How much Marmite would you say? Would you water it down a little?
Just a tiny amount.
To help it mix in.
Sorry.
Just to help it mix in.
Yeah, just otherwise you'll end up with it just won't blend properly. So literally, a teaspoon of water to maybe a tablespoon of Marmite.
Emma says, sounds lovely. Also, I gouda give these a try.
Oh, it's awful with the cheese jokes. She's obviously got a cheese joke book.
She says, please don't delete me.
It's just dreadful. Right, out of the way. Come on, move.
Okay. Cheese is in. I'm going to add in the egg first because that will make the Marmite a little bit easier to mix in. Okay. So last bit now is Marmite. So I'm not going to add any other flavourings in. We'll just see what the Marmite does. Because obviously it's quite salty. So with that and the gouda, I'm not going to need much else. And I'll get a little dish. Okay, I've just put a tiny amount of water from our kettle tap. So it takes like a couple of seconds to get to boiling. So it's not like boiling water, but it's hot. I don't actually know how much I should use of this. Let's go with, in Kerry's world, there is no such thing as too much Marmite. So that's about a teaspoon. She can go and put herself in the naughty corner. I can come out of it for a change. Oh, he's gone, Emma. He's gone. He didn't get to see that cheese joke. So this just obviously makes the Marmite a bit easier to mix in. You can see obviously it's turning the water brown as it mixes. There's still a big dollop of Marmite in the middle. But, I'm going to try and see if I can get Coco upstairs. Go up and see Louie. On. Lou?
What?
Can she go in his room, please?
Okay, fine.
There we go. Sorry, she had her squeaker toy, and I could see that becoming louder and louder as I try and do the live. So the only thing I'll say is I might need to add a bit more psyllium husk just because of this extra water, but we'll see what happens. We'll let it sit and thicken. So that was 25 grams, including the Marmite. So probably about 20 grams of water and 5 grams of Marmite. Gonna give that a mix. Smells like Marmite. I need a little bit more. Although actually, no. Got a hint of it. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So, again, we'll just let this sit. I'll tidy up for a minute. There's a couple of chunks of cheese in there, from the end of the grater where you get the bigger parts. So someone's going to have very cheesy crackers, which is good. Oh, in the meantime, I'll score these. I'll do it into 9 big crackers. So you've got to be careful because you end up dragging the seeds out of place. So I'm Just going to kind of flatten them back, but obviously have that line down the middle. As I said, you're not cutting them now, you're just making it easier for when you will cut them. Get any big seeds out of the way. I can get 12. I mean, you don't have to do this. You could just bake them as a slab and then break them up into like little bark. In fact, I might do that with the Marmite ones. It'll be quite fun. I'm going to add literally like a gram more psyllium, just to account for that extra water. But I think it'll be absolutely fine with the cheese in it as well to help it bind together. I know I've not left this to sit for its full amount of time, but I'm impatient. So, for guaranteed success, follow the recipe. If not, wing it. Okay. So there is a slight colour difference. This one's a bit darker, a bit more golden. Sorry, I'm concentrating. So I'm just squishing it down again. Filling any gaps that form. So just pushing the seeds around. So does anyone have any Christmas traditions? Like, so we always do like board games, we'll have a cheese board. We have our Christmas dinner about lunch. So it's the only actual like meal of the day. We'll have like a snack and then the big Christmas meal. And then we'll just have a cheese board later on. Obviously dessert and Christmas meal. But yeah, which is why I thought these would be ideal, you know, going along the Christmas theme of the lives, because this is exactly what I'll be doing a couple of days before Christmas, or probably the day before, because they get eaten too quickly. And then we'll sit down and play like a Monopoly or Risk or something of the sort with some nice cheeses. And now some of our chutneys, which will be nice.
Right. Start doing dinner.
Oh yeah, mixed grill, isn't it?
Aye.
Nice. Oh, so
mind if I move your Christmas decorations?
You can move Terry. Yes.
Yeah.
Emma says, "I know, Mark. Sorry, I'm not being very mature."
See, it's jokes like that that get her uninvited to come round for a PT session.
Yes, I did, Josephine. I did put an egg in the second batch. So I added it in. Then I mixed the Marmite with the water and added the Marmite in, just so that it was kind of already bound together before the Marmite went in. Okay, so that is done. I mean, I know, actually, you can tell the difference. So that's the Marmite one. That's the non-Marmite one, so it's got some chili flakes in. I'm going to leave the Marmite one unscored, so I'll just break it apart like bark.
I think those words don't exist in Kerry's land, do they? Non-Marmite. That's the Marmite one. That's life.
This is Kerry's. This is not Kerry's. Not for Kerry.
We can start that as a hashtag.
Not for Kerry.
Not for Kerry.
Not for Louis. So actually, these will go in the oven. Bake for 15 minutes, then flip the crackers over, bake for another 10 minutes. They'll be sturdy after 15 minutes. If they're not, then leave them in for a little bit longer. The flip and then bake for another 10 minutes is to make them crispy on the other side. So, in the oven they go. And final thing, Dad brought this home. The label says not for Louis because of the joke that Louis uses everything up like. Well, he'll treat this like ketchup. This is a new product coming out soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sriracha.
Sriracha. We just need to get the labels printed.
So that's what's going with dinner today. So there we go. Crackers. How do you flip them? With a bit of care because they're hot. I normally just get like a spatula and then use my hand because they cool down very, very quickly. You just don't want to, get the tray with your hands. So use a towel and a spatula, and they flip over as one thing, Especially if you've scored them.
Have you scored yours?
I've scored half of them.
So do you flip them as a sheet?
Yeah, most of the time.
Well, okay.
It depends on how thin I've made them. So the Marmite ones I'll flip as a sheet because they're quite thick.
Right.
The scored ones, obviously, you might want to break them apart into their
I would
scored
normally
pieces,
sort of like break
and
them
then
up
flip each piece over.
Yeah, I know it takes a little bit longer, but it saves you from having lots of broken bits.
Yeah, but the broken bits are snacks.
Well, the broken bits are snacks, yes.
I'm looking at the fridge. Okay. Thank you all for watching. Who's on to? Oh, you're on tomorrow. You're making bacon cheeseburger pie.
That reminds me, get the beef out of the
Get the beef out the freezer. And then Michelle is live on Tuesday morning making chocolate snacks. Or chocolate presents, sorry. Chocolate presents. Who's live on Thursday?
I don't know. If only there was an email that went out.
There is an email that went out. I just can't remember what was on the email, even though I made it like 24 hours ago. What time's that? The live tomorrow Dad's doing is at 4. Hang on, I'll put the page on with the timetable. Oh, no one's live on Thursday. We're live on Friday doing the Q&A, and then Sunday I'm back making sausage and cranberry pies.
Yeah.
So I need some
It's in the freezer.
sausages or
It's in
sausage
the
meat,
freezer.
and I'll use our cranberry chutney.
Remind me to bring one home.
We already have one, don't we?
We're not going to have any
Oh,
left.
you've used it, haven't you? Yeah, okay, so
There's
get
not
some
much left.
more cranberry chutney from the warehouse, please. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.